Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the Pure Rap Podcast. We're here with you with another album review. My name is I'll go by Keb, but you can follow me on my social medias at I Hate Keb. I'm here with my boy MCK and Darnell. How you doing? How you guys doing today?
Shoot, we're doing great. We're doing great. You know what I'm saying? We represent Nipsey. This is like a Nipsey month, during his passing circumstances. So the fans wanted to do victory lap. So we definitely looking forward to doing it.
Darnell went straight into it, man. I didn't even announce what we're doing. Yeah, if you're not sure, I mean, you can see by the banner below, we're doing the Victory Lap album review by Nipsey Hussle. It was voted by the audience. We had a poll on our Instagram and Twitter. Nipsey took them both, so he won by a popular vote. Yeah, man, you guys working that marathon, that Nipsey clothing, and
he got
pulling out everything.
I didn't even know. I didn't know he had the CD already.
Man, pulling out all the collectibles, man.
I need to have that too.
Gotta support the real.
Need to have that deck and the Crenshaw mixtape. Gotta have that too.
He is the old-fashioned CD booklet. He doesn't even have the cases, man. He uses a booklet. I don't know what he's doing with the cases, but he uses a whole CD booklet, I guess.
You gotta go through the CDs in the whip. Like, you just gotta flip through them and be like, yo, which one do I want to play today?
5 disc changer, fucking. Yeah, man. He fucking got everything.
In the disc.
Yeah, but
for real.
Yeah, man. So gotta represent the real. But it's the 4th installment of the Pure Rap Podcast album reviews. We all selected our own. So now we took a week off and had the audience vote for who they wanted to do. We had 4 good projects in the running, but of course, not surprising. Nipsey Hussle took the vote and won by Hefty on Instagram. It was kind of close on Twitter, but he still won on both social medias. So we're gonna do the Nipsey Hussle album review, and I know you guys been looking forward to it. It's been a long week. We had episode 7 now of the Pure Rap Podcast this past Monday. We weren't Darnell wasn't able to join us, so it was just me and MCK holding it down. But we got Darnell here now. His dentist appointment went well, and his teeth are still there. He didn't lose any teeth. No braces yet, but they're still there.
Everybody liking the teeth. I'm still smiling, so I'm good.
Yeah, man.
The
pearly whites are still there.
I still see that gap though. Nah, I'm playing.
I thought that was gonna get fixed, but it didn't. But it's all good, man.
Hey, it's all good. We still gonna. Man, that's the real me. Ain't nobody got this look, man.
Facts. Hey, I mean, Michael Strahan has it too, though. But
hey, I can't say. You know what I
mean? You're carrying the torch.
Yeah, man, you're the next coming.
That's coming up, but it's all right. Nah, I did. Everything was all right. You guys held it down on Monday.
Man, why didn't y'all tell me? I put the wrong banner up, man. But it's all good. I mean, it's still good to say that, but.
I did. I'm like, it was a little
I meant to put this one up, but it's all good, man. We all make mistakes, but
soon today.
Yeah, man. But we can get into that banner though. Yeah, I wanted to say rest in peace real quick to Nipsey Hussle. Passed away almost 2 years now. Yeah, almost 2 years going on. End of the month.
We're going. Yeah, end of the month it will be. That's crazy.
Two quick years, man. It feels like it was not that long ago, but it's been.
I'll never forget that day either, too, man. It's crazy.
I feel like we still talk about this to this day. Like, dang, like we like what? Like he actually passed away. Like it's just so unreal, so unfortunate, just devastating loss for people in the hip hop industry.
Yeah, man.
That one hit for sure. Because I mean, like, there's only like like a few, like, especially when it comes to like celebrities, you know what I mean? Like, there's like very few I feel like that you like truly like idolize, and actually hits you like them.
It hits you,
like
when like something like this happens. Yeah.
Like for Nipsey, like Kobe Bryant, he was one. I mean, I'm wearing.
You remember when Michael Jackson passed away? That was
Michael Jackson too. Like it's certain deaths that really like you feel like damn like that was like family or something. Like you know what I mean? Like so Nipsey was that to me. I remember going home. Actually got picked up from work, and my brother told me, and I literally didn't believe it. Like I literally went back home. Then that's when I seen it, all over the internet. I was like, bruh, like I immediately pulled up instrumental because I dropped the freestyle too, like probably like right when I got home, like 15 minutes, wrote some real quick and just hopped back in the car and just put out a freestyle just to get, you know what I mean? Just to kind of get some stuff off. So
The
yeah,
emotion
man,
out.
pretty much, yeah, because that's how I'll be
Emotion.
dealing with it. So yeah, listen to this album again
Nah, it's
too,
great.
like reviewing it, like man, it hit so much differently from the first time, you know what I mean? And then hearing it now that he's gone, yeah, just, a lot of stuff that he was saying just it really was like, yeah, like
Yeah, it just
just resonates
resonate.
with you, you know. Exactly, yeah, it really resonated
Yeah,
with you.
yeah, you already know.
Yeah, you know
Like,
what I yeah, but
nah,
man,
it's
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
how long? I know all of us too. You know, what I mean, being from the West Coast, of course. You know, from San Diego. So like, I know, and all of us are huge Nipsey fans too. That's the thing. Like, I know we've been listening to Nipsey since we were young. You know what I mean? Like, from shit,
Yeah,
Bullets Ain't Got No Name. You know, Slauson
Yeah.
Boy, right? Mailbox Money, like all that. You know what I mean? The Marathon, and then now his debut album,
His debuting and only
crazy.
album. You know, dropped
Davey.
like 13 mixtapes before, you know, then he finally dropped this was his
Man,
debut album and happens to be his last, sadly. But
Yeah,
still had
yeah,
still a whole bunch of body of music still, but
yeah. He's
nah.
got a whole body of work too. You know, some
yeah,
of it
yeah,
like album quality too. Some of those tapes, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, we got
Yeah,
Mailbox Money,
unreleased
you know,
work.
stuff like that
yeah,
is, you know,
Crenshaw, like that's what it felt
yeah,
like too.
that's like album quality work. So
Like an album, just the way it was all the
yeah,
story. It was great.
it just
Yeah,
sucks though that we won't get to see his next, like, you know what I mean? Because with this album, I feel like, you know, we're seeing a much, you know, wiser, of course, more successful, you know, Nipsey Hussle. I want to see what his next phase of life was going to be. You know what I mean? Especially this was a Grammy nominated album too. Like, so he was starting to get the recognition he deserved. You know what I mean? Even from Jay-Z buying his $100 Crenshaw mixtape. You know what I mean? Like
probably like
he
100 of
was,
them.
yeah, and he was, you know, he was coming up. Like it just sucks that we don't get to see. You know what I mean? Like
The
especially as
the
a
the,
man
the
too.
true
Like we don't.
full like potential getting to
Yeah,
that, you know, getting to
yeah.
the exact top to where you work your, you know, whole life to get, you know.
Yeah, and that's what hit me listening to this album again was that we don't get to see that. Like after I listened to it, I was kind of like, you know, it was one of those moments you kind of just think to yourself, like, damn, like, yeah,
Yeah, like
that's how I feel. Man.
Yeah, man. I wanted to get into some of the details before we jump in track by track. But yeah, this was Nipsey's debut and only studio album, sadly. Yeah, it was released on February 16th, 2018, so it just hit 3 years a couple weeks ago, middle of middle of February. It debuted number 4 on the Billboard 200. It sold 53,000 units for this time, and that's quite a bit for, you know, present day album sales. So 53,000 is not that bad. And you know, it also was nominated for Best Rap Album at the 61st Grammy Awards. So it got, you know, it was getting the recognition, definitely has the recognition now. And, you know, it's just, yeah, it sucks to know that this is, you know, sadly his debut and only album other than the mixtapes we got and unreleased shit that we're probably gonna get in the future.
Yeah, but as
yeah.
far as like, yeah, I know what you mean, like a fully created album by himself. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully
but,
we get some more unreleased music.
yeah,
A whole ton of stuff, like just from
yeah,
watching, Instagram and so on and so forth. So, we just looking for more music. The potential is
yeah,
there. Just
yeah.
want.
One thing I am happy to say though is, you know, at least like a lot of artists, you know, that end up, you know, going away too soon, like very young. Um, it's like I'm happy he has the body of work he does. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them only have like, you know, maybe like 2 albums, 1 album. You know what I mean? Like Biggie. You know what I mean? He only got like Ready to
Yeah.
Die. I think is like his only. Yeah, you know, Big L, people like that. So I'm happy that we did, and especially
Yeah.
for us growing
Yeah.
up, I'm happy we got to see
Growing
Nipsey's
up
growth.
listening to his mixtapes and all.
Yeah, you know what I mean, I'm happy we end up, you know, we had all that work. We got to see his growth as an artist and just as a man. So I'm happy we have at least got to, you know, see that. So I'll keep that, you know, I always got to
Yeah,
remember
man.
that. So.
So yeah, it just sucks to it sucks knowing that we have to talk about that, but you know, it's life and
He left a lot behind though. So hey, you know
sucks
what I
Yeah,
that
mean?
to bring
nah,
that up, man.
Yeah.
yeah. The
Here we
big
are
thing
now though, you know, reviewing the album.
on his album, big thing on the shoulder.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
man.
mess with him heavy.
Yeah, man. So yeah, salute to Nipsey and his family. And you guys ready to jump into this though? You get ready for track
Yes,
number one?
sir.
Yeah, we've been
Sir,
waiting over a week for this, so it's about that time.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So track number one was Victory Lap featuring Stacey Barnes, which was the title of the album, Victory Lap, and I thought it was a dope opening track to the album. If you ask me, how about you, MCK? How was you feeling about the opener?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, you can't ask for a better intro than this one. Um, and I think it's like one of those albums too. Like I said, listen to it now. Like a lot of people, who haven't heard of Nipsey, like, oh, let me look up this Victory Lap album to hear it. I feel like hearing this as an opening track, you're gonna stick with him. You know what I mean? Like I'm for sure he for sure got a lot of new fans just from that alone, because it's always, like I said, even when we did the Benny the Butcher album, it's that intro. Like once
That
that
gets
if
you
that
hooked.
intro, yeah,
Yes,
that
sir.
I feel like that intro shows how the whole album is gonna end up turning out. You know what I mean? And having an intro like this, you can't ask for something better. So
Yeah, it was a dope opening track for sure. It had a sample. It was sampled by Arctic Monkeys. The track was called Knee Socks. It was a 2003 joint. So he
Arctic
sampled
Monkeys.
that, which I thought was a dope sample for the track. And he talks about boasting his abilities and his rise to fame in the opening track. You have Stacey Barth on the hook. So it was something that gets you listening. And I felt like that it was probably the best song to be put onto his intro. Introduction
Yeah, it,
track
it
to the
had
album.
that beat. It had that beat you could feel, especially with the background vocals too. You know what I mean, from Stacey Barth. So I agree.
Yeah, it was great production too. I mean, especially in this album, you see like Mike and Keys is like LA producer. That's pretty
Yeah,
much
Mike
throughout.
and Keys.
Yeah,
Was
throughout.
it Mike Keys and DJ Khalil, right?
Yeah, DJ Kill. Yeah, like yeah, but Mikey Keys is pretty much mostly on this album producing. That's like pretty much it was right hand man that be producing some of his his music.
Yeah,
His last other projects as well. So now he did a great job in certain songs on this album as well. But now this is like a great intro just from just hearing like the first 2 seconds of it, hearing it just like it's just like that beginning is already
yeah,
gonna stick with you, and then just the way he going in, like I'm prolific, so gifted. I'm the one that's gonna go get it. It's like
yeah,
he already let you know, like yeah, he gonna go get it. His mindset and motivation throughout this whole album, like this is gonna get people to really jump and start doing things because it's like a motivation album, pretty much.
nah, facts, 100%.
Uh,
Yeah. Also, like, it was that first verse too. I wrote down one of his lines when he said, listening to music at the Mayan ruins, true devotion on the bluest ocean, cruising. My culture influence even revolution. I'm integrated vertically. Y'all niggas blew it. They tell me, hustle, dumb it down. You might confuse them. This ain't that word of rap that motherfuckers used to. And I was like, when he said that shit, I was like, hey, drop the mic, man. Drop the mic.
for
Yeah,
real,
man.
like this ain't no mumble rap. This ain't none of the all
Yeah,
these
it's
turn up. This is like
like
some
you
whole
really gonna
different.
get something from listening to Nipsey. It's like that's not that stuff that you're used to, man. So when you said that, like, and it's 100% facts, bro. Like, man, uh, and then too in the second verse, line I wrote down, when he said, like, find your purpose or you wasting air, like.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, I think a big part, in this life, especially, coming from, the places that we come from, or, the struggle, growing up in the struggles, like finding your purpose, you know what I mean? That's a very, just deep part of life, a very spiritual part of life. And I feel like Nipsey was very in tune with that too, especially at a young age. Uh, so it's very true, man. Especially finding yourself is like, if you find that purpose, like I feel like that's something we all got to strive for. So, why are we truly here? You know what I mean? So shout out to
Yeah,
Nip for that. Makes you think.
yeah, but
yeah,
yeah, that was a pretty good track.
good
You have
track.
anything else you want to go on with this track, Darnell?
Just real quick. I mean, just kind of like just what you saying, like on this purpose. I mean, he was just even staying humble. For him to be humble as he is, and like the growth and entrepreneurship like he had and throughout his whole community, it just shows you really well. Like that was just pretty much his victory lap. Buying his
Yeah.
whole hood out in the corner. that was selling mixtapes for him. So that's what I thought I got from this intro.
Yeah, no, that's 100% facts. It's like you said, it's like seeing the marathon and then him being able to get to that success. It really does feel like a victory lap for real. So yeah, I agree with that.
And
shout out to Nip, man.
Yeah, and I just thought it was always dope that a lot of his recent projects, it goes on from the marathon, and then marathon continues, and then you get to his debut album. It's like
it worked out.
You drop your
perfectly,
debut
right?
album, and you're into that spot where So yeah, I thought that was
it really feels like a movie
project.
Shit feels like a movie, low key. It's like it really like went from like a damn whole like marathon like to hitting to that victory lap. It's like, man, and to see it at such a young age for him to end up to do it. Unfortunately, let's be real, like at the end, getting assassinated like that, it's a very tragic ending, but everything he left, so it's just crazy to see. That's why I really do feel like one of those like a movie, you know what I mean? I'm sure we probably might end up getting one, you know what I mean, later in life.
I wouldn't
be surprised at all.
Yeah, man. But
on to one more thing, my fault, to go off of what Darnell said. Oh, my fault. Yeah, just to go off what Darnell said.
The next track, yeah.
Not to go off of what Darnell said too. It's like I feel like there's a lot of artists out there too that be showing like when you say he stays humble, you know what I mean? Like that be kind of flexing cash and flexing this. But the difference with Nipsey too is like he said, like, bro, he really like shows you how to get it though. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people don't show you how to actually get it. So that's all I want. That's what I want to say.
Thank you, Brian. MCK. I needed to hear that.
MCK.
But we can get into the next. We can get into the next track. I'll let Darnell read it off because I can't.
I can't read it off. Go ahead, read it off.
I can't read it off.
No, don't tell me how to go ahead. You about to get
I can't read it off.
Rap niggas. This is a track. It's a track for
track number 2. Track number 2, and it was the first single released off the album, actually, back in December 1st, 2017. So, yeah, it was quite a while ago, about a couple months before his debut album, and it was a good track. I know he came out saying that it was inspired by Natural Born Killers by Ice Cube and Dr. Dre. So I thought that was a good track to be inspired by. How about how you guys feeling about it?
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard he wanted Puff on the record. I guess
I've seen that too.
To with him on this record, but I definitely heard about the Natural Born Killers, Dr. Dre, because it sounded like this is like a West Coast sound, just the way this one is like a hard beat. I think he had to do it again. I think he talked to Puff. Like I think the beat and the production was a lot slower. So they added more production on this one when they went with the album because it was like, oh, this ain't sounding hard like how it first went. But overall, it's a good track, but it just felt so redundant because he kept using the N-word so much. Like he's like,
I can see where you're coming from.
Kept going redundant a little bit. So overall, but I mean, the song was pretty, dope as well. But it just kind of felt a little redundancy right there. But still a great track though.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Yeah. I think that's the only thing, because I love this track, but I think that's the only thing that kind of takes away from it is that it was like, every line, you know what I mean? So I agree with you on that, because but I mean, hey, but at the end of the day, like Nip was just talking, he was talking the shit on this track, like for real. I think I even wrote what you say, let me see where it is. I think he said, "Yeah, can't no motherfucker tell me shit. We the no. I guess I mean, what he said after that, but yeah, he said, "Can't no motherfucker tell me shit, nigga. We the no limit of the West, nigga. Percy Miller at his best. Jiggy with the rollie and the best. You know what I mean? Like And I like that because he's always talking about Master P and Jay-Z and Rick Ross, guys who kind of laid that
all
blueprint.
the inspirational like guys that made it big
Yeah.
and getting money.
Yeah. And then being the No Limit of the West, the All Money In, it's like it's the new new age blueprint. You know what I mean? So
the new age, No Limit.
Yeah, man was talking spicy.
Yeah, like he he really looks up to like Rick Ross as far as like him talking about wealth. Like on his production, like on the whole album itself, like it's more about wealth and motivation and hustling and all that. I mean, he was basically saying, there's lines where he was like, "Oh yeah, I own rights to all my raps." Like, a lot of artists don't own a lot of raps.
They don't own their shit. They getting them deals and fucking over.
They got them deals. So I mean, from Nip, coming from independent, all the way.
Yeah.
It's just like, you own your music, and nobody can tell you when it's stream and all that. So it could just go anywhere too. It can go in movies.
It all comes back to him. Like
it all goes to
and
him.
His family, it goes back to his family. So
so that's a big part.
That's one of the biggest parts in the game, man. A lot of people get killed off that type of stuff. It's like owning your masters is big, like that's huge, bro. So shout out to Nip for a lot, like you said, a lot of artists can't say that, you know what I mean? That Nipsey's really a young boss. That's what this whole song was about, just him hustling, just that boss, you know what I mean? Like I said, he was talking, that one track that's like you could be humble, but this is that one track where it's like, nah, like this is really what it is. So gotta have something like that, you know what I mean?
He's like,
show people what's good.
Yeah, man. Redundant, but it was a dope track either way. That instrumental was hard, so still facts. Something you can be slapping when you're rolling down the street.
It made up for it, for real.
Yeah, but we can get into track 3 of this album, which was called "Last Time That I Checked," featuring YG. That was the second single that was actually released off the album, and that was released on January 19, 2018, and it was actually inspired by a line from Jeezy's "Trap or Die," which was a song he released back in 2005. And how are you guys feeling this second single off the album? I'll let you start, MCK.
I mean, it's just one of those bangers. Like even when it first came out, like as a single, but everyone, everyone was riding, just bumping this like wherever you went. The beat, the beat is crazy. One of the lines that I wrote too was, I believe in his first verse, when he said, "I laid down the game for you niggas, tell you how to charge more than what you pay for you, than what they paid for you niggas." So, you know what I mean? Just talking about kind of like, contracts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like charging more. It's like, he knows his worth. You know what I mean? I know in the second verse, which was my favorite off the track, he said, "Black owners in this game of powerful races," and that was a dope line. Because it's very true. It's, you know what I mean? Like, especially in the music industry, you know what I mean? Most of the people who own all the labels, like, we know who they are. So for him to have the ownership he has, and going in there and already having the intelligence and and being real educated on business. So especially because especially around like these guys who are racist, you know what I mean? So, and not changing himself, you know what I mean? That's dope. It just really shows how he started from the bottom, and worked for everything he got. Then YG, you know what I mean, came with the fire verse, talking about Nip giving him the game, or when he first met him, Nip giving him some game, and then and to not get played by these labels. So kind of it goes back to what Nipsey was saying. So
yeah,
just a dope track, man.
And then both of them was kind of coming up at the same time, getting the buzz. So they've always been connected. One's a Crip, one's a Blood, but they was cool, and they pretty much coming into this game, they're getting the rise of fame together. And I want to say a fun fact. The one and only time.
Ooh, fun fact.
The one and only time I driven on the Golden Gate Bridge, I was slapping this song.
Ooh. Ooh, fun facts by Ked. Pure rap facts. Hey, pure rap facts. That's the one right there. we should start doing that on our page. Pure rap facts. You just inspired an idea, bro. Damn, that's good. I'm about to write that down. I'm about to write that down, bro.
Pure rap, man. Have a fun fact segment.
Pure rap facts, bro. I'm riding that.
This dude.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah, I remember so vividly because it's not every day you get to cross the Golden Gate Bridge, especially if you ain't living in the Bay Area. So I just remember it vividly. Like I
That's
was
true.
in my car
I
pumping
didn't,
this shit with the
It's a
windows
different
down.
feel.
I didn't get a chance to go over the bridge, but I seen the bridge though. I was
I've
close
seen
to
the
it
bridge,
though.
but I ain't ever driven on the
He
bridge.
said, "I
Yeah.
seen it." Nah,
it,
hell no.
but I
You
didn't-
For you, man. I drove on it for you, man. It
hell
was
nah.
cool.
Actually,
It was
You
cool.
you only seen it in movies when that shit got knocked
Nah,
down by like Godzilla and shit.
I mean, it's just like one of those things. Like you say, yeah, I've been on that bridge. So man,
Yeah.
that's
nah,
cool. And then
yeah,
now I was
but-
playing this track, so that would always be connected. Every
That's
time
true.
I
You
hear
got
this
the
song,
memory. Yeah, you got the memory to it. You know what I mean?
every
That's
time
what
I hear
music
this
is all
track,
about, man.
it's all about memories, when you first played it. But yeah, no, just like Ryan was saying, I was bumping this like record when it first dropped, like heavy. Definitely from the video, you can see like it's crazy because you see,
Yeah,
you
just
know,
cruising. Yeah.
it's a crib, YG of blood. So
That
they
unity.
in two different colors, like he in this
Yeah.
color, he blue and the red. So like to have that as them find a unity, it shows
between them two.
it
Yeah.
shows them real good character. Like it don't matter like where you from, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
where you been. Like we still the same people, we still the same homies. So
Yeah, exactly. Like, man, we all bleed, we all bleed the same, you know what I mean? And it's like, put them colors aside, bro. Like they, you know what I mean? When it came to, they end up becoming good friends. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you said, you could be from opposite sides and you never know the next person to you, it's like we're all going to the same stuff. They end up making money together, tons of money, hit records. You know what I mean? They said fuck Donald Trump together, you know what I mean? Nah.
I mean,
So it's like,
we
you know
didn't
what I'm
even
saying?
mention that, man. Yeah, that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, so
they got little records there,
yeah.
before this though. I think one thing about this, I was thinking they was gonna have a collab album. I remember they had like different singles.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah, if you go back in SoundCloud or whenever people get a chance to, they had different songs together.
Yeah, they got
samples.
yeah.
But I really wish they would have had a collab album.
Like a
before that.
collab project.
Yeah, project for real. Cause like
Yeah,
That would have been crazy.
that would have been
Yeah.
crazy. Definitely for LA, of course. But yeah, YG did his thing on here as well. I mean, he paying homage to like what he's saying.
Yeah.
It put him on game. He said, forget the middleman. That's not
Yeah, facts.
doing your own stuff. Got your own label. YG
Yeah.
got a thing too. So I mean, that just shows you right there. He was paving the way with what he was saying. So
100%.
it's a great track overall. Though, mess with it.
Yeah, dope track. Yeah, the second single off the album. And we can get into the next track, and it's another track I cannot name, so I'll let MCK have his honor of announcing what track it is.
Yeah, yes. Young Wiggers.
And I would have censored it too, but Spotify didn't even have it censored, so I just wrote it down, man.
Yeah, nah, you ain't gotta have it censored. Hell no. Yeah. Yeah, young nigga featuring Diddy.
If it was censored on
Featuring
all the
Diddy.
platforms, I probably would have done it if that's how they wanted it, but it wasn't
Or
censored.
put the star as the eye.
That's it, yeah, right.
Yeah, I hate it. Or the asterisk. Or the asterisk. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's okay.
the asterisk.
Like, come on. That ain't helping nothing. Let's be it's not helping nothing at all.
And then
put two asterisks on the G's or something. Like, come on.
we know what it's saying, man.
Yeah, we know what that is. Come on, Dale.
But it's featuring Diddy. He had some Diddy ad libs on there. There's also a sample track. He had a Party Next Door sample on there, which is a 2014 track, West District. So, when I first heard that, I was like, wait, what fucking sample is this? Like, I know this motherfucker's voice. And I was like, oh yeah, it's fucking Party Next Door, man. Like,
yeah, right.
Yeah, I heard it when it first went on. I was like,
yeah, I was like, wait,
Party
that's
on here?
fucking,
I don't see him
Next Door, man.
but
Yeah, like that's Party Next Door, man. Like, I know this motherfucker's voice.
I mean,
I heard this.
Like that don't sound like Diddy. That can't be the feature. Like,
Yeah, that.
It was a little trippy at first when I first heard it.
I know that's not Diddy.
yeah,
He'll be
nah,
having
fucking
older
Diddy hitting them vocals, man.
That's hilarious.
Nah, that's crazy. People have older samples, not a newer sample in 2014. I'm like, man, that's kind of a little new, but all right, mess with it. Mess with it for sure. But what y'all think? Yeah. Then Curtis Mayfield was on here too as a sample as well, right? Did y'all see that too?
No, I didn't really look. I knew I didn't look at the samples because I knew y'all would.
Oh, I know Caleb be on the
I was
sample.
like,
I thought it was
man,
true.
that's why I like about the album reviews is I know I don't have to look at that, and I'll just let Caleb or you know, handle that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Nah, I
was supposed
seen.
to find I was supposed to find the fun facts of the tracks while
That's
MCK
fun
shares
facts of the
some
Yeah,
lines.
tracks.
I think
That's
everybody
another
has their
one.
own
Caleb, God,
criteria.
Caleb is on point today.
What
Caleb
was
is on
that?
point today.
My
We say
bad.
fun facts with the tracks. Or what'd you say? Something?
Yeah.
I don't know, but that was a bar.
I just find the fun facts while Brian
I just find the fun facts with the tracks,
fuck,
man. Come on, that's
recites
all
the
I do.
lines on the track. I don't fucking-
Nah, keep it how you said before. Whatever I'm gonna look back at this and be
I
like,
know,
yeah, that's
man.
the one.
Yeah, we got it all recorded. We'll go back on.
I know
to
my internet's been kind of slow, so my should be glitchy as I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, you're good. You're good. We can hear everything.
Yeah, man, that's good. Yeah, because my shit's kind of glitchy on my end, but that's all good. But yeah, man, how are you rocking with this track, MCK? I know you wrote some lines down, man. What were your favorite
Oh
lines?
yeah,
Zero some
yeah, of course,
lines.
man. You know me, man. I always write.
I'll
I
let
had
you
to
stick to the
write down
lines.
my
I'll stick to the fun facts.
Stick to the story behind the song.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Diddy. You know, what I mean, once you have Diddy on the album, it's like, you know, that's kind of like a staple. You know what I mean? I feel like when like, even with Problem, you know what I mean, having Diddy on it, you know, he you know, he messes with a lot of, you know, real West Coast artists, and pays homage to them by being on the track. You know what I mean? Nipsey's flow on this track was crazy. He wrote the beat smooth. It was a dope song. Talking about how we came up and who we came up with, working on his craft during times even when he felt inspired. But like he says, it's a marathon, so you know he just kept going with it. So the line I did write,
Yeah, man,
he
give us that
said,
line.
"Yeah, many days in the studio we slaved, but shit, we gotta say, staring into space as you fishing for a phrase, uninspired in your mind still. It's all a paper chase. First you over dedicate, then you notice that you great, and you've been the whole time, and it slap you in the face, or slap you in your face." So I thought that line was dope because, you know what I mean, like I said, you know, I could feel those lines just writing, you know, music myself. You know, sometimes you feel uninspired trying
Yeah,
to,
being
you know,
able to relate to that. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know damn well you could relate to that. You be hitting me up all the time, like, damn, I'm writing right now. Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah, facts. You just got, like he says, like lines like that though, you know, you just got to keep sticking with it. So you know, anyone who writes music, you know what I mean, or has wrote music before, whatever, just feel with it, because sometimes you feel like, or you might, you know what I mean, like put too much time into it, or might not put any time into it, but you realize, or you might, someone might tell you, damn, like you know, you got the potential to do this. So it's like, it might, you know, that feeling of being great, you might not actually know it until that moment it does slap you in the face. So I like the way he worded it. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, they had P Diddy on here. Was I think pretty dope to have just on the ad libs. I mean, he talking about ownership. You know, all his businesses and him, coming up from that. Having him to buy his own center. Turn it to a clothing store. I actually got a chance to go to that store before he passed. So it was a great feeling to be in that type of setting, and it was crazy because like all they was playing when I was there, they was playing Racks in the Middle. Like I was in the store for 30 minutes or something. They were playing that like the whole time I was in there. I'm like, damn.
My goddamn. Yeah, that
Yeah,
show.
like it's crazy.
just gotta,
I'm like, it's wild. I'm like, they're playing this for like
So-
the whole time. Like,
so that's where all the streams came from. Nah, I'm like, it's over and over. I'm like,
but like
that's a million streams alone right there.
That's how them whack rappers getting their streams.
Yeah, right.
They just
Shit.
streaming it.
Now I was gonna ask you about that too. Like, I know you did visit the visits. I wish I could go. One day I'm gonna go visit there once I'm back. You know what I mean? And next time, whenever the next time I go to LA is, I don't know when that's gonna be, but
Yeah, I don't
man, that must have been dope though.
Yeah, I don't know if they're even open. I think they.
Yeah, the whole building is like pretty
right.
much run down. I know it was all gated off and shit last time I drove by like last year.
Yeah, you're lucky you got to see it firsthand though. Shit.
Yeah, like I got to see.
I need to get me a TMC hat. That's like my next like
TMC.
hat.
Yeah, I got a few shirts.
Your
And,
next hat purchase.
My next hat purchase. Yeah, I need one of those.
New hat alert. You know what I'm saying?
Hat alert.
And then
yeah.
oh, just real quick on the record too. Yeah, I guess he was telling a story about him and his brother. Like they had some money deep down in the backyard of their mom's crib. It was like 250,000, and they dug it up, and then they tried to blow dry it because it got molded after a year. They put it in there, and like a year later, they
Oh,
tried to go
damn.
back and get it, and it was digging
Damn.
up. They really try to get the money, but it was all messed up. It was all moldy. I mean, after years
Fucked
sitting in
up
that
money.
dirt, like
Yeah.
I know he
Damn,
was
man, that's
hot.
crazy.
I know it was hot with all that money, but
All that money.
Okay,
Getting
I
most
would
of
be
it.
like,
I mean,
I'll be
this is a crazy thing how he's telling that story. But I don't know how y'all would feel if y'all left like 250,000 in the
Oh no,
backyard.
I don't know how I can just sit here and know I have 250,000 in the dirt. Like I gotta go dig that shit up. Should have been
Yeah,
yeah,
digging
that's what I'm saying. It's like if I knew I had that shit, I wouldn't have even put in the dirt. Like, yeah, I would have put that
it.
it
unless
was
it's
something that
drug money. I'm just
he
like,
found some money. He found some money. He
I'm
found a
gonna get a
yeah,
safe,
yeah,
then
yeah,
build the
that's what
whole,
I'm
dig
saying.
a
Like,
hole and put it in the dirt in a safe.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would, you gotta think that through a little bit more. You know what I mean? But I understand. You know, what if it was just one of those quick things where they found the money? They're like, man, we got to put this somewhere. You know what I mean? What if it was
yeah,
drug money? You don't know where that came from. You know what I mean?
they
You
didn't want
know,
to get caught with it.
get
So
get caught up with the wrong with some dirty money. You know what I mean? Literally, but
yeah, literally.
Literally.
literally, yeah.
Shit. Yeah, man. But it was a dope track. Had a dope feature. Did he on the spitting ad libs and shit. But speaking of dope
Spitting
features,
out
man.
lips.
Yeah,
Speaking of dope features, man, it's always dope when you got a Kendrick Lamar feature, and he had one on
Yes.
track 5 with Dedication. Yeah, featured Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick was on the second verse. He did his thing. Nip did his thing. It's a dope track overall. Yeah, Darnell, was this one of your favorite? Because I know you're a big Kendrick fan.
big Kendrick fan. Yeah, I'm a big Kendrick fan. Like not overly crazy the way he.
Not J Cole, but
Yeah,
you
not
know,
J. Cole, but I mean to have a LA artist like Kendrick himself, to be on a record with Nipsey. I don't even know. This might be their first record together. I don't think they have other tracks together. I don't even think so. I don't.
Something tells me that they got one though. Like I feel like there's
feel
one
like,
more than
but
some.
I don't know. From my point of view, I mean, it's great to.
I think it's just mutual. I think it's just that mutual respect. I don't think you might be right.
being
This might
LA
just
natives.
They
yeah.
might. Yeah, it was a dope record. I mean, just the way the beat ride to it. Dedication, hard work plus patience. Sacrifice.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you gotta sacrifice. A lot, and you gotta be patient with the sacrifice. For that dedication, you're trying to achieve. Um, definitely. Kendrick, definitely do his thing. Especially with Kendrick on features. He always be trying
yeah,
to buy you on your own song, but it's like,
Just like nobody in your shit, man.
yeah, he always trying to buy
yeah.
you on your own song, but he
Kendrick
did
selfish as hell.
he did
Oh,
great.
man.
He wasn't trying to go hard like that. He was just kind of a little bit paying homage to him because they met up and they was talking and stuff. I think at like a basketball game and things like that. But he was just kind of paying homage. They had mutual talks and conversations going on. But now they in different paths in this one. They from two different hoods, but had the same different generation. Crenshaw, Compton. But they did really great. So it was a cool song overall. What y'all think?
Hey, man, MCK, how is he feeling about this track?
I mean, this is one of my favorite tracks off the album. Even like I said, that freestyle that I wrote was actually to this beat.
Would you say it is your favorite track? I know you said one of them, but would you say if you had to rank your favorite tracks, would this be number one?
Probably not.
It's not to say
I
no.
don't think it's my number one. Nah, I don't think it's my number one.
When we
But
get to your
yeah,
number one, let us know.
yeah, I'll let you know for sure. I have a lot of favorites on the song. Yeah, but this is one of those anthems, you know what I mean? Like you could listen to this like any time working out, driving, whatever, cooking, shit, whatever you're doing. And the beat, the beat is crazy. It's like one of those beats that slap but still give you that feeling, you know what I mean? Like you said, it's a real nigga celebration,
That
Tupac of our
motivation.
generation. Yeah. And that hits like I was saying before, that hits way more now that he's gone. You know what I mean? Like now that he's gone, it really like feels that way. It's like now it really feels like he's the
Now that he's
Tupac of our
gone, yeah.
generation. You know, it's like Kobe and MJ. You know what I mean? Like that's that not the same, but based off just what he's saying. And the chorus is fire. Like Darnell went over. And yeah, like Nipsey's one of those like I think Nipsey's one of those like rappers, you know what I mean? Like in our era that we get the blueprint to follow, you know what I mean? Like because I feel like before you had the Jay-Z's, you had the Master P's and guys like that. I feel like, Nipsey is kind of that for us. And this always dropping gems, too many quotables. And this is one of those songs where I feel like it just had like too many quotables.
Not for both artists, you know.
Yeah, from both. From
both
what I
of them on one track is like shit.
it was too much.
It's one of those.
Yeah, I'll start with what I have written for Nipsey though, and it was from his third verse. Like I said, there's a lot of deep lines. Doing it for his people. I know when he said, "This ain't entertainment. This for niggas. This for niggas on the slave ship. These songs just spirituals I swam against them waves with. Ended up on the shore to their amazement." That was a dope line in my opinion. And then talking about owning his masters. That's pretty much what we, you know what I mean? Yeah, and also just kind of someone else owning your stuff, you kind of become a slave to the system. You know what I mean? A slave to the industry system. Kind of even that I think that's kind of a lot what he was talking about. You know what I mean? When he brought that up. And then he also said like he'll be damned if he slaves for some white crackers, you know what I mean? So shit, that goes on to the lines when the other one that he said about he's a boss talking to these racist, powerful racists. Like so, he's I feel like it's funny because I feel like Nipsey is like a lot of people, would say like, street, you know what I mean, all that, but I personally feel like there's a conscious rapper in him, you know what I mean? He has that conscious rapper vibe, in my opinion, like. And even when he said he wanted to do Dead President's album, I'm like I feel like we were gonna see that. I feel like that was that next phase is we were gonna see like that more conscious, more wise, way more educated, just super intellectual. Like we're gonna see that Nipsey. I feel like that's what was next for him. You could call him like a street philosopher. Sure, that's what I'm gonna call him. But
a street philosopher.
Yeah, I'm a street philosopher. Yeah, I feel like that's his music, street philosophy. Yeah, like
he just talking to people talking to the
new genre.
He talking about people, he talking to everybody, putting everybody in the hands.
That's what I'm saying. You could go, you could listen to him at the street, but you could also like get it from a spiritual aspect. You could listen to his music too. You know what I mean? So, and I'm pretty sure Nipsey would say the same if you asked him. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, last thing I had to was Kendrick, of course. Like you can't go wrong with that as a feature. Like he was gonna go crazy. And I feel like Kendrick broke down a lot in his verse perfectly to his upbringing, to not giving up and kept grinding, even though like as a black man, we kind of get the short end of a stick. You know what I mean? Just in life in general. Even when he said, the cycle of a black man divided, trying to break it. You take a loss, shit, don't cry about it, just embrace it. Minor setback for major comeback. That's my favorite. You know what I mean? I feel like we kind of, like he said, you know what I mean? That's just the cycle of a black man. It's like we get the short end of the stick. So, like let's change that, for ourselves. You listen to guys like this and you see the success and you see the hard work. So I feel like, if we take a loss, it's like we just got to keep going and learn from that. So, yeah. Shout out Kendrick for that verse. That shit was crazy.
Shout out Kendrick.
Crazy.
Yeah,
he wrote the verse crazy too. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and listen to that. I think even Nipsey talked about that at one point. He was just like, damn, he wasn't expecting like Kendrick to go crazy like that. He was all right. Like, damn, you have to do that. But,
when you get a Kendrick feature, man,
what's he's
getting out of that, man.
So Nipsey did his thing. Like I said, I feel like that elevated him to get a verse from us like that. So yeah, that track is
dope track.
Thinking about it, it might be my favorite.
Yeah, dope track for sure. We can get into track number 6, which was also one of my favorite tracks, which was Blue Laces 2. And it just gave me that, especially knowing everything now, I get that vibe when that opener just gets you, And You know, and that was a sample track by Willie Hutch. It was called "Give Me Some of That Good Old Love." It was a 1974 track, so
Ooh,
you know, got an old sample on that bitch.
Ooh.
And it's also a sequel to Blue Laces that was off the Marathon mixtape that was dropped in
yeah,
2010. So yeah, man, it was actually I would say this would probably be my favorite track.
Laces,
Like
yeah.
number
catch
one.
body,
That's what I
no
was thinking.
laces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just playing that. So you just
This
going
was on
back to
Especially
the
repeat.
when like
song.
I'm just like especially when I'm just like say if I'm doing my going for a walk trying to get my miles in, I'm just like like that track comes on, it just hits me like okay, like I'm in my thoughts and I'm listening to this. It's just it's different
Yeah. No, this song is
in
on
my
repeat.
opinion.
Nah, for sure. Nah, I think everyone had this song on repeat. Like even people I asked, like, what's your favorite song on this album? Like, this is one of the ones that they name. You know what I mean? Like 100%. And I like how sometimes you hear part twos of songs and it's kind of like a whole like another
No,
thing.
yeah,
Like, this was the same like beat from the first, not the same beat, but like it was like it was the same sound from the original beat.
Yeah, I think they like
Created a little-
switched it.
yeah,
The sample got it's like a lot faster, and then the beat is a lot slower. Like it was something like that. They just switched the sample and the
yeah,
beat.
yeah. But I messed with it that the fact that it felt like a continuation of the first song instead of something completely new. You know what I
different.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
a dope track for sure.
Yeah. The only line I pretty much had written for this one, I mean, like I said, there's tons. But I like how he started the second verse when he said they killed Dr. Sebi, he was teaching health.
Yeah,
Fuck with Rick Ross, he was
Yeah,
teaching well. I mean,
well.
and then he said, out of school, I'm gonna teach myself, made my first meal on my own. I don't need your help. I was like, just one of those real, like, just real, like.
that real
I
shit
like
you
how he
talking
talked
about.
about Dr. Sebi too, you know what I mean? So a lot of
Man,
people don't really know about him. So
is
he
Nick
picked,
Cannon still doing that Dr. Sebi documentary?
I hope so.
Oh, that's a
I
little
hope so.
scary. Yeah, people. I mean, true. Nipsey was
Yeah,
looking forward to doing it. Then
yeah.
unfortunately they both passed away. So I don't know if they ever.
I hope they didn't scare Nipsey into. I mean, not Nipsey. Scaring Nick Cannon into not doing it. You know,
Not
he already
doing
lost it Wild and Out because of it. You know, I
Well,
guess.
no, I heard they're bringing
Twitter
Wild 'N
thing.
Out back, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
really? Oh.
Nick Cannon should just brought it back himself, bro. Like with all that stuff you got nowadays, like why do you have to follow the networks? Like you got. I feel like Wild 'N Out has such a big fan base. It's like you don't gotta.
Yeah,
You can't put it
don't
on
need
Nickelodeon,
to.
man.
You can't put in Nickelodeon. You don't gotta have Nickelodeon. Oh, he does. I think he's like part owner,
He needs to stick
like,
to
junior,
MTV.
something like that. But yeah, man, this was just one of those tracks. This is one of the ones for sure. Like
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, this was like just great storytelling on this one. I think people go back to him like sonically, like this is probably one of the deeper records on this album, especially going from 3 verses and telling about the Dr. Sebi. Like just like I was saying earlier, I told you he pays respect to Rick Ross teaching wealth. I mean, like Rick Ross is very wealthy. I mean, as you see, this is mansions. I think he just bought another mansion, I believe, right?
Yeah, he just bought another one.
He just
in
bought
cash.
another.
And then
He
put
bought
up
it in
North
cash.
Southmires, right?
Yeah, he said he bought it. He said he bought it in cash, like 3.5
This
million in cash.
motherfucker, man.
Like, here you go. Give me that house.
Yeah,
That coming to America check came in. Just like fuck it,
Yeah.
I'm in the house. I'm gonna shoot another movie in this bitch. I'm gonna invest in real estate.
Yeah, facts. Man, shout out
Shit.
Rick Ross, man. He's another one of those artists, like I said before, that's like he shows, he really be making you feel like, damn, I gotta get some money like now. You know what I mean? So
Nah, he was going crazy. And I think on this record too, I think LeBron kind of inspired him to make this kind of a sequel. I guess he was playing this when he won the first championship. I guess they got footage of him. He was in the locker room, and like one of the songs he be playing, you know how LeBron be playing like music from everybody, but he was like little late
IG Live.
IG Live.
By Darnell.
You rap that easy.
You know what I'm saying? Little small fact though, but
Darnell with the facts.
but like it's crazy. You're definitely gonna see a lot of sequels in this album from different
Yeah,
songs.
man. You like what was there 3, right?
And Keys to the City.
Can't think of it in my head.
There's 3, I believe, and we'll get into the next 2. Little later on coming up. But yeah, Blue Laces too. That was probably one of my, if not my favorite track off this album. We can get into track number 7. That was I think go Hustle and Motivate, which was got that that classic sample.
Yeah, that Hard Knock Life,
which I'm sure we all know what it is.
Yes, sir. That
Like,
slow down.
I'm sure any hip hop fan that knows hip hop will know what sample that is.
Yeah. As soon as you hear it, like,
you gotta know
that first 2-3 seconds. Like, all right, I know what the fuck this is. Yeah, man. How are you rocking with this track, man?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say too, like, man, I seen one of the comments as well. Man, if y'all listening or watching, you could tune in, comment, how you feel about these songs too, man. If you got something to say, just like we said, we'll put it up.
Feel free to let us know.
Yeah, appreciate you for listening too as well.
Yeah, you can reflect on your ideas on this. Yeah, we'll definitely share our opinions on those.
Shout out MP for that comment. But yeah, I think with this track, he's just showing he's cut from a different cloth. Growing up in the struggle, he made a change for himself and his family. Like in the chorus when he said, mama got rent to pay. I don't do this shit for nothing. Like, I mean, there's a reason why he's doing what he's doing. And just hustling and doing all that. And he talked about hustling in the Hova way. So once again, like we were talking about, Ross, Master P, and Jay-Z, those were like the 3 guys who were mentioned a lot in this album. Well, actually, I don't know who Master P was, but I know he talks about Master P a lot as well, as one of those guys who laid down the blueprint. So once again, he talked about Ross in the other one, and this one talking about hustling in the Hova way. So yeah, shout out to
Hova wave. Yeah, he played a lot of Jay-Z too. I remember watching on Instagram. Like he really Jay-Z, as one of the dope artists. Like he was growing up to and paving his way to it. Yeah, definitely a dope sample. Hard Knock Life, definitely a great beat on here. You could just tell. The video is crazy on there too. Like it felt like a whole movie too. Like you see the music video, you know what I'm saying? You got Lauren London in the whip. He's standing up in the whip. He robbing the bank. So like it's a whole movie, whole concept to it. But yeah, definitely, hustling and motivate. That's it says the name for itself. Like
I should have pinned Nipsey as my heist, one of my heist members in the game that we played.
Last Monday. Yeah, tune in episode 7 if you haven't tuned in, man. We went live this past Monday. We go live every Monday to do our our normal episodes. So episode 8 will be this Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific on YouTube and Twitter. And yeah, this is, if you're just tuning in, this is a Nipsey Hussle Victory Lap album review. And you guys ready? You guys still got something to say on track number 7? Are you ready for track number 8?
I'm ready for 8.
Yeah, we can get to track number 8, and this is one of the tracks we're talking about. Was like it had sequels, which is, if my computer can hurry up, Status Symbol 3 featuring a Buddy, and Buddy feature. No, actually, before I get into that, it was sampled by a song called "The World Is a Place" by Rhythm. It was another old sample, 1976 track. But yeah, three Status Symbols. Buddy featured on all of them. Nipsey actually said in an interview that whenever he does a track with Buddy, like he was like, I'm just gonna call it Status Symbol, because they're like trying to come up with a name. He's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna call it Status Symbol, 2, 3, and they got this joint out with Buddy and called it Status Symbol 3. So and they can be talking about the randomest shit, but it's gonna be called, if they're still here today, it'd be called Status Symbol 4, 5, 6, whatever.
That's smart though. It's like, hey, you can't come up with a name. Let's just use the same thing. You know what I mean? It's just
every time you guys get on the track, man. It's like, let's keep the sequel going. Let's keep the sequel going. Fuck it.
Sequel. That's crazy, because I don't really heard too many like single, tracks. It's always like the same sequels. I didn't on projects, but not on the songs. Yeah, I rarely, hear that. But
yeah, man.
What I gotta say with this record? Buddy is a different type of artist. From LA. He's from Compton, so he ain't really rapping on here. He really just kind of sonically just going through, just ride through the city,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that chorus was fire, bro.
Yeah, like
Man.
Like this is
Dope
like the
hook.
same thing. This is one of my favorite ones off the track too. Because when I first heard it, I was like, when I heard that chorus, I was just like, it was one of those ones where it's like, the beat got that bounce to it. It just got you
Okay.
like I feel like it just got you bobbing your head as soon as you heard it. You know what I mean? Like you said with that chorus from Buddy, and of course Nip did his thing on both of his verses. But yeah, I think that chorus was like that was on point with this track. So
Yeah, this made the track
that's what I had it on repeat.
better.
Yeah, I feel like I just had it on repeat for that reason. I
Thank
was
you.
like, let me hear that chorus again. Like, hella catchy.
Thank you,
know what I
buddy.
mean?
catchy.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks,
For real.
thanks,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
That's gonna be coming out. We're gonna go viral for that.
Thanks,
all
buddy.
that. Thanks, buddy.
That's it. Yeah, man. But yeah, dope track. Yeah, you got anything else you wanna input on this, Darnell, before we get into the next track?
Nah, not too. I mean, deeper into it. I mean, he just kind of, being grateful for his self, for his music and all that.
Yeah,
Sonically they go together pretty good. So it's a dope track.
Yeah.
More ways.
Yeah, dope track. We can get into number 9 though. It was called Sucker Proof. Had a couple features on it. How you say that? Conscience?
Yeah, conscience. Like
Conscience.
conscious.
Yeah, I figured Conscience and J Black. He had J Black was on the hook with Nip. J Black had a bridge as well, but Conscience, got his own third verse. So how y'all rocking with Sucker Proof?
Man, this is the one I was thinking about if this was my favorite.
This
Because
is your favorite or not?
bro, I love this song. Like literally, like I might have listened to this song like I think when it first came out. This is one of the songs I listened to the most. Just because I just like I like the production. Like the production was a big part of why I listened to the song a lot. You know what I mean? Like it felt like a movie. Just all the way through this track. Like shit, if GTA 6 came out, this song better be on it. Like that's how I feel. You know what I mean? Like it's just some savage shit. Like,
where the fuck is GTA 6 at, Rockstar? Man,
yeah,
get
that's
that
what I'm
shit
saying.
out.
They better put the song on here because I could hella see. Imagine playing GTA, bro, and hearing the song. Like you could hear it, right? Yeah, like that's how I feel with this song. But I mean, it was just real. Kind of like the rap nigga song. He was just just talking, like saying, getting stuff off his chest. Stuff he really had to say. I know he's even talked about it in an interview before, but like industry guys, like trying to become, or not, I guess becoming gang members, and they're already established artists, so it's like, bro, why you got to do that? You know what I mean? And then people switching sides, you know what I mean? And also like he's like he said, like they might be real people, but at the end of the day, he's like, don't play with this. It's like this is a dangerous lifestyle, even in the song, you know what I mean? It's like this is dangerous, don't play games if you're not really about this lifestyle. He also talked about how he knows, he could tell the fake from the real. So I think that this song played a big part of him also talking about those interviews and about guys like that when they ask him those questions. So I feel like this is another one of those tracks where he was just showing these like shit, it's like you say, it's sucker proof. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys, like pretty much are, I guess. But and I like conscience too. That Jamaican, like that, just that Jamaican vibe. Just that's what to me like rounded this whole track out. I feel like that's why I liked it so much. Is because you have every essence of it, and also he was talking saying what he had to say. And the beat, all meshed together, it just sounded perfect, like all three of them together. And I felt like him putting conscious on it. I don't know who he is. I looked him up though, he's a Jamaican artist, and I was like, bro, that same thing with the other one with Buddy, you know what I mean? In the Status Symbol 3, I feel like conscience in this one I was like, damn, like
I
don't know if it's
on the track.
Yeah, it just made the track like take it to the next level, in my opinion. So yeah. This track was fire.
Yeah, this track was pretty good. It's not my all-time favorite, like Ryan said, but no, it was a great record. Just basically just going off what you're saying. This is just in the rap game, you don't want to get yourself in a dangerous situation. Getting the games and this stuff can get you wrapped in the stuff that and a lifestyle that might expose you to something that you don't want to be suited to, and it could be in a real life situation. You don't know what you want to do, and you get caught up in that, and then you be stuck. So,
Yeah.
just going off
man.
of that, but
But,
that's it. That's all I got for that one.
yeah, that's a dope track. Dope track. GTA, if you're listening, MCK requests the song to be on one of the radio stations when he's driving down the
GTA
street.
6.
So yeah, tag Rockstar Games and tell them to add
Tag
this
Rockstar
track to it.
Games.
Requested by MCK. Yeah, we get into track 10, which was the final sequel track on this project, and it was Keys to the City featuring T-Fly. Keys to the City 2 featuring T-Fly, and T-Fly starting off the track on the first verse, and I thought it was a dope track. Me personally, I actually like the first track better, the original Keys to the City from the Marathon mixtape. I always felt like that was just like a good vibe track, like driving down the street, whooping that, bumping that shit. But Keys to the City 2 with T-Fly was a dope track too. Don't get me wrong, but Keys to the City, the original track is probably one of my favorite Nipsey songs in general. But it was dope to have a sequel on his album. Put T-Fly on there. He had like a one hit back in 2014, T-Fly, and then that's pretty much it. You never really.
Well, he's been on like just features. Is after that, all I heard was features.
Especially on with West Coast artists, but like his own major success. I can't. Damn, what was the song called? I just know it was a radio song too.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of it. Like,
I don't know. I mean,
I'm gonna look it up, man, because I can't remember.
I think it might have been a YG song. I don't even think
no, it's his own. 24 hours with T Chains.
That's his biggest.
I think so.
Because after that,
24 hours was his big mainstream song, I thought.
Yeah, after that, all it is like his second biggest song is probably like with YG or some shit. Like he just features with a whole lot of West Coast artists. But like Caleb said, his own. Yeah, I don't.
He got a lot of projects. I used to listen to him pretty heavy.
Yeah, 24 hours. Yeah, 24 hours. It had that and it had that exact sound like what hit radio songs were coming out around that time, 2014, 2015, with Kid Ink and Chris Brown and that up tempo sound in hip hop. I feel like it's like that era, was specifically 2015, and that's why I think of T-Fly. He had that one 24 hours track on the radio. That was
DJ Mustard, DJ Mustard on beats and all those guys in the same kind of sound. Yeah. That's funny.
Keys to the City.
I actually agree with you though about the first one. You know what I mean? Because and the crazy thing is with Blue Laces and Status Symbol, you know what I mean? Those were crazy, but even Blue Laces too, that could even some people might like that one even better than Blue Laces. So having a sequel that's better than the first is hard to do. And so you can't. He's not going to be. He's not always going to get there. But like you said, it's the same. It's still a dope track, but I agree the first one is 10 times better. And even I was is it T-Fly? Is T-Fly?
T-Fly.
I always be mixing this shit out. T-Fly, T-Fly. T-Fly.
I call it T-Fly.
T-Fly.
Yeah, but same thing with him. I thought he was gonna be on a chorus or something. I didn't think he was gonna have a whole verse.
He started the track off. Man, it wasn't a bad verse either, man.
I mean, no, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't that bad. Personally, it could have been different. It could have been left off. It was still cool, but that's the only probably thing. This is probably the only track where I was I still mess with the track, but it's it's whatever. It's okay. One thing I did like though, Nip's verse was dope. I like the beat switch for the third verse though. That was I think that's what made the song a lot better for me. And then I think I don't know if this was the chorus or what we say. He talking to his when he said talking about talking to his host in Swahili, which I thought was because it's because he's African, Eritrean, so and that's pretty much the common the common language in East Africa and certain places around that. It's funny because I personally want to learn Yoruba, which is a West African, a common language in West Africa, because Nigeria and Ghana and places like that. Only because I want to shit, I be listening to Afro beats, so I'm like, shit, I want to talk to my host in the, in Yoruba. So,
It's Swahili.
yeah, I want to do the same,
Swahili.
Yeah.
Nah, funny though. Nah, T5, his verse was
Yeah,
it wasn't too bad, but it was funny though how he's talking about like in my town we the realest, no cheddar bobs around here. I get the sprain, they gonna get down like
Cheddar Bob.
cheddar bob. Like how he shot himself in
No
8
cheddar.
Mile. Like yo,
No
people
cheddar buns.
Yeah.
out there like in his hood, like they probably experienced with guns, but that's what happens, man. You hold a gun the wrong way and it go all bam, like hit yourself. But
It's tragic.
I like Nip verse 2. When he started off, he's like, yeah, I ain't got nothing like this over there. Bunch in front, a lot of millionaires, bunch of self-made, out the trunk paid. Out the trunk paid. You know how he was selling mixtapes. Coming self-made.
Yeah.
Now he's a millionaire. Like he got millionaire. He's showing wealth. So, but yeah,
Man.
definitely I agree with y'all. Just real quick. Yeah, Keys to the City, the first one is definitely better than the second one. So
Definitely better. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can get into track 11 now. We're gonna spend all night talking about how we like the Keys to the City better than the Keys to the City too. But we get track 11. That was grinding on my life, and a dope track. One of those track. I can see myself working out too.
Yeah.
One of those
Yeah,
like
I was working out to it on 2K. Shit.
I know, right? I forgot
I
that shit was in 2K, man. You gotta get
It was on 2K20, bro. Like that's what this is literally, bro. I like this song, but 2K, like when you hear a song so much, like on a video game or whatever,
You get kind of
like,
tired of it.
man, bro. Every time I load it into 2K, all my life, got it.
I gotta mute this real quick. That's me when I was
like,
playing Madden all the time with y'all, man.
That's a
Fucking
good-
hell, I
and
gotta
my
mute
God.
the Madden soundtrack.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that was 2K20, so I haven't listened. I literally haven't listened to that song since until we did this album review because I'll just skip over it. But listening to it over again, I'm like, this is actually a really good song. Like,
When you don't have to hear it every fucking
yeah,
hour.
I don't have to hear it every time. So yeah, and like you said, it's like the song is self-explanatory. You know what I mean? He, he's really been grinding all his life. And he, talking about, he said he got everything he said he was gonna get. So shit, yeah, that's pretty much what the song was about. You know what I mean? But yeah, 2K.
Trying to get where
Thanks
he's
for
at.
putting Nipsey on there though, and being the main song on 2K. So
Yeah, salute to 2K.
yeah, shout out to 2K for that, for real.
Yeah.
It's a dope track to put on there, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Especially when you're playing 2K for a couple hours a day, and you play like a couple times a week. Like, all right, I'm tired of hearing this fucking shit.
Yeah, that's something I heard. That's like the only song. Like, it was like integrated into my head to the point where it's like, I get, God damn it, Nipsey.
Yeah, that's the way I am when I was playing Madden, but like Madden soundtrack are 10 times worse. I'm like, fuck, I don't even want to hear
at least,
this shit.
Right? Yeah, at least this song was good, but
2K obviously has the better soundtrack.
Madden League, like, all right, I don't want to join your league.
Madden League.
Was it?
Like
5 days straight, no sleep. Oh well.
Like Madden 20 soundtrack.
Remember that?
Yeah, Madden 20 soundtrack. That's just horrible, man.
Bro, every song
and 2K definitely got the soundtracks, man.
Yeah, Madden soundtracks are trash. 2K, at least they put Nipsey Hussle on guys like that.
They got at least some dope tracks. Well, fucking Madden, like songs I never even fucking heard before, and like, what the fuck is?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what are they like? What is this? And then they be having them have to like they like make them talk about football. So it'd be
like the Madden theme tracks where they actually go out of their way to make a song for Madden. Like I know that's what the Snoop Dogg one was.
Oh yeah, I heard
Snoop Dogg plays Madden heavily, so they probably went out of the way to fucking tell him like, hey man, put you on the game, make a Madden fucking song. Like
yeah, I was like, bro, this is not it.
It's not it. Sorry, Snoop. That's why it goes down as one of your worst songs.
Oh, that is his worst song of all time. I don't care what no one says. It's terrible.
Shit. Yeah, man. Darnell, anything you wanted to say about this track?
Nah, it's a dope track. I heard it a little bit before the album dropped. I didn't know this was gonna be on the project, but nah, it's a dope track. Grind all his life. The hook was very catchy. We definitely get the chance to hear that.
Pretty much grind to where you get to, man. So
grind until where you get to, bro. Yep.
Yeah, man. But we can get into track 12, and that was Million While You Young, featuring MCK's favorite R&B singer, The Dream.
Oh, that's mine too. Robert
and Darnell's. It's pretty much talking about the process of becoming a self-made millionaire, which is Nipsey, you can say was a self-made millionaire. Not Kylie Jenner, but Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nipsey Hussle.
I just want to take that shot because I remember was it like fucking GQ was trying to say that shit or something. But
Yeah.
what's it called? Yeah, how y'all rocking with this track, man?
You want to start off there?
This is like one of like the best tracks on here too. I mean, this just feel like a whole blueprint. I mean, make a million while you young, like it's something crazy. Yeah, like the dream is. Yeah, this is one of my favorite R&B artists. I mean, him to be on here,
I feel like the
on
dream is underrated for sure.
rated, you know, radio killer. Yeah, I know y'all
Especially his
remember.
first like couple albums were dope, man. Like
Yeah, he almost
he
tried to
also produced,
retire and
he
all
produced
that.
tracks
Man,
too. He fucking,
Yeah.
he
And he's a big
produced.
songwriter.
He's a songwriter.
yeah, he's a
Yep.
songwriter. He be writing songs
He
for like
already.
Beyonce and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all was already on it. Yeah, because it's very underrated. Some people don't know people actually songwrite, they produce, and
The
the
talent
dream
that he
is
actually
one of them though. Now he sonically sounds great on this record. Overall this record is just being a self-made millionaire. There's no handouts and making a million. You gotta go from the ground up. You gotta really dedicate yourself and grind and be all the way and just be successful as you can go. So that's all I really got so much to say.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's one of my favorite songs too. I feel like this one isn't really talked about enough though. Like as far as when you ask people what the favorite song is on the album, this and that. Uh, I could be
you
wrong
feel like
though.
it's like one of those songs people forget about.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I kind of, especially. I mean, there's a lot of them on this album that are great. So it's you're not gonna name every single song, but I personally feel like this is one of those. Yeah, I personally feel like this is one of those ones that's like that. I feel like is like, in my opinion, might not be your favorite, but I feel like it's a top song on the album.
Yeah.
Like Darnell said, and yeah, it's one of my favorite beats on here as well. Something you could just kind of relax and listen to what Nipsey has to say. Then you got the Dream laying vocals on the track. He had a little verse at the end as well.
Yeah.
I like how the intro and then there's like a little interlude, like with that kind of guy talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How he was kind of talking about like, how do I find my path? How to become successful and how to stay on that path, like kind of asking the questions. And then Nip goes into his verses, talking about who he was with, his all money team, his brother, you know what I mean? Then I like how Nipsey kind of asks, he does this a lot, but I like in this song how he asks a lot of kind of like rhetorical questions. Like he's already pretty much those rhetorical questions, like he's been there and done that and got this, but it kind of makes the listener kind of think and reflect on what he's saying. So it's like not to answer those questions, but it's just like, just listen to what Nip's got to say and then, take those questions of what he's saying into your own life and, how you could get money and stuff like that. Like he said, like where you hustle at, where you run from police at, where you where you ever represented hope, where the hopeless at, where you had to take an oath before you sold a sack, just some street shit. You know what I mean? And then he said, like, where your 600 bins, where your rollies at, and then talk about that hustler stuff. So, like I said, those are type of like rhetorical questions, like that you could think about. His second verse too, I mean, he was dropping gems, lay the blueprint. You know what I mean? How to step your game up. Don't chase pussy, don't switch up your ways, don't spend all your money. Save it up. Talking about the streets aren't for everybody, so get your grades up. You know what I mean? So he was just giving, like Nipsey was literally just dropping a whole bunch of gems in this whole track. And yeah, that's personally why I feel like this song should be talked about a little bit more, because out of all the songs on the album, I feel like this is one of those ones where it's like he was really, like I said, like it's make a million while you're young, I mean, especially for all of us, at the age we are, but what I mean, like trying to get that mindset, you know what I mean?
Time to grind and
yeah, exactly.
Paper, man.
And Nipsey even said it himself too, like I was reading that he said himself, like he asked himself these same questions. You know what I mean? Like, when he was young, you know what I mean? How do you make a million? Like, how do you become successful? And, how do you maintain this without going to jail and without, having, this drug money and things like that? Like, how do I do it? Get this money legally and, and he ended up doing it too. So shout out to Nip, man.
Shout out to Nip.
Not everyone can make a song like this, you know what I mean? And actually mean it. Like,
yeah, man, that's a dope track for sure. We can get into track number 13. Because we want to keep you here all night. But this track was called Loaded Bases featuring CeeLo Green. And, I don't know if you guys disagree with what I'm about to say, but I really like the instrumental. I like, like the vibe of the song, but something about I just didn't like CeeLo Green's chorus though.
What? Boy, get this man out.
I might be the I
that
might
was a
be
blasphemous statement.
the outsider on it, but I just
Hey, nah,
I fuck with the track. I don't
your
know.
opinion.
I didn't like. I just feel like hearing CeeLo Green's fucking voice hitting them high, hitting the fucking. I don't know, man. I felt like it could have been better when it came to CeeLo Green's hook.
And that's wild.
Hey,
I mean, I see that y'all feel
Yeah,
different about it. I wasn't vibing with it though. I'm just gonna be honest.
like Darnell said,
Other than that, like I like the sound of the track. I like everything else, but I don't know. I just felt like either it could have been someone different than CeeLo Green or something completely different. I don't know, man. That's just me.
Damn, this is one of my favorites. Like,
yeah, this one.
It's not
I know,
to disregard like the song, like I think it's like not good or nothing. I think it was a really good song. I got to be honest though.
I feel like CeeLo Green left out. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe if it was someone else other than fucking CeeLo Green.
Man, CeeLo Green did his thing on that.
Yeah, I mean,
CeeLo Green on that. That's crazy.
I gotta say something controversial, man. And now
I think this is gonna be the snippet now.
Go ahead, man. CeeLo Green, fuck you. No.
Oh man, I like his song. I see what you did there. But I personally like
it's not. It's just not. I'm not saying CeeLo Green was bad. It's just I don't know. It's just I just feel some type of way when I hear it. It's not horrible. It's listenable, but it's just, I feel some kind of way when I hear it every time.
I mean, like Darnell said, though, to each their own. You know, I mean, that's music, but it's not always gonna. You know what I mean? Like
everyone got their own opinion.
I'm sure there's someone that agrees with you.
Preferences.
Yeah, I'm sure there's someone that agrees with you out there. You know, the majority might not. But
CeeLo Green hate club out there somewhere.
Caleb about to join. He about to register right now after this, man.
There's everything out there, man. There's like crazy Foxy Brown fan accounts, man. There may be a CeeLo Green hate account.
Facts. They're about to be
CeeLo Green hate club in our DMs.
Right. Oh, you guys hate CeeLo Green too? We're like, nah, just him. Not us. I mess with CeeLo Green heavy. But yeah, I know Darnell rocks with this track heavy. Like I know this is one of our one of those ones, you know what I mean? Like that I always name when I'm talking about this album, this is one of the tracks I name. I like how they send it around, the baseball lines too, he said loaded bases, I'm a Willie Mays it. Nip's first verse was fire though. Yeah, Nip's first was fire though when he said see, it's a couple niggas every generation that wasn't supposed to make it out but decode the matrix, and when they get to speak, it's like a coded language, reminds niggas of their strength and their stolen greatness. I thought that was like, this is what I mean by, like that conscious rapper, that's inside of Nipsey is like I said, like there's a few like those guys like every generation that it could be from from leaders to guys like Tupac and like just those big names that really kind of like touch everyone, and even coming from the streets and stuff like that, like you're not supposed to make it, but then it's like decoding the Matrix, if you ever seen the actual Matrix movie. But so, and like you said, it's like those people that make it have a specific coded language, that now that's universal, so everyone can hear what Nipsey has to say, and it hits from here to from the West Coast to Timbuktu, shit, wherever the hell you are, but you could feel anything, you could feel something that Nipsey got to say. But and like you said too, reminds of us of our stolen greatness. Our culture has been robbed like from the get-go, from music to food to shit, everything, clothing, man, everything but damn near. So I respect him for that line. Another one I wrote too was his second verse, when he said, I weighed the risk and reward and seen the scale tipping. Let's all get on one accord and take the world, niggas. Take the money, take the power and the girls with us. Can't buy that bullshit that they sell niggas. They breed drug heads and jail niggas. Look at these ways they derail niggas. Damn, he said that shit a lot. But that's why respect me the utmost when you see me how I feel, nigga. Cause I don't feel niggas. I seen it come and then I tell niggas, and I was like, bruh, this man really decoded the Matrix, bruh. Because it's facts. It's like, man, like I was talking about our community, you know, you see the way, you know what I mean? Like we're not set. We're basically set for failure, you know, going to jail, drug heads, you know what I mean? We see it all the time. And you know, like he said, he's like, man, you know, he took the risk, you know, like how they seen those signs with the reward and the risk, you know, you seen the reward going up, you know, after taking that risk. He's seen the skill tip, you know what I mean? And he's trying to show his people. So, and like I said, this hits way more now that he's gone, because it really feels like, damn, he really did try to tell us from way back when he was, you know, Slauson Boy and, you know, Bullets Ain't Got No Name, like even talking, you know, just hustling from seeing his growth and hearing a song like this and the things that he's saying, it really resonates with you and makes you think like, damn, he's really giving us a game, like straight game. You know, someone might take it for granted too. You know, the first time you hear it, you might take it for granted and just listen to it again. You're like, man, Nipsey's really like what's on some profit. Like
listen to Nipsey's words.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
yeah, that was definitely my favorite record on here as well. You know, Brian already know MCK. You know, that's his motivation. I mean, imagine that everybody loaded bases and you don't win. It's gonna get the home run. You know, we all
take everybody home.
We all go home. So like,
facts, man, take us all there. That's what I'm saying. That second verse, that's what he was talking about. It's like, man, you know, take everything back and let's, you know what I mean, let's all get on one accord. Even though he's talking like with the street life too, you know, with that unity, let's all get on one accord. And man, there's no way they can stop us if we all work together, you know what I mean? So
yeah, now this is like the great production too as well. And CeeLo Green did his thing.
Yeah,
Green did his thing, but it wasn't my favorite it wasn't my favorite, man. But a good track overall good track. I'm not gonna say it, you know, definitely wasn't a bad track, tell you that.
Caleb, can you give yourself the video? I'm not host, so I can't do this. You got to give yourself the video.
Fine, man, I'll give you this video.
I want to say I'm sorry for the things I've done, and I try and be stronger in this life I chose, but I want you to know that door I closed. In your honor, I'm sorry, 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 sorry.
Sorry, CeeLo. Well, I'm sorry for letting you know how I feel, man.
I was expecting the other video.
I wanted to change it.
Oh, you was talking
that works too, though. That works too.
Talking about, please, if you shut up now.
Hilarious.
I didn't want to do the other one. I wanted to
had to switch it a little bit.
But yeah, man. It was a good track, you know, and it fit perfectly going into this track number 14, Real Big, featuring Marsha Ambrosius of Flowetry. And this was actually one of my favorite songs. You know, I think Marsha did her thing, man, especially when she came on with her little interlude and all that. You know, get easy that feels like, especially when it comes to like being successful and like accomplishing, you know, like the goals you set. Like I feel like this would be the track I'd be listening to when I get to that finish line of whatever I'm doing.
She should have been the hook at least, though. I mean, Nip over there trying to go singing and stuff.
I think Nip did his thing on the hook too, and there was a slight vocals.
Yeah,
he did okay. But, yeah, sometimes I'd be like, oh, maybe you should have got, you know, somebody else on the hook.
Maybe you should have had Marsha doing it.
Marsha do it. You know,
I think he did his thing. I'm not even gonna. No, man, no. I rather hear his hook on here than CeeLo Green's on the last track.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say that, man. I was waiting for you to say that. I was like, oh,
no, man. No, all right, no more CeeLo Green talk, man. But yeah, I thought it was a really dope track. It was one of my favorites, man. How about you, MCK? How are you riding with this one?
Real big.
I mean, it's another favorite. You know what I mean, from this album. Like Nips just got that music you could feel. You know what I mean. And also putting Marsha Ambrosius on it. It's like it just tops it off perfectly. So I like his first verse too when he was talking about life, where he came from, like not many people making it out. You know what I mean? The stuff that happens where he's from, especially when all the the odds are stacked against you. When he said high school didn't go, couldn't understand my plan. Now you niggas know. I was like, damn, I felt that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's man,
Listen
yeah.
out in school.
This is me right here, man. I'm like, yeah, and shit. I ain't turned out to be no, this or that. Shit could have been way worse for me. But it's like, man, I kept my head up high. It's like, y'all know where my mindset was too, even at that time. So, shout out to Nip for that. You know what I mean? People might not understand it, but it's like, shit, you're now. In his second verse too, he was talking about everything he's got now, how he grew up with music. He even said too, you know what I mean? He said, shit, I'm over here singing now, like singing on choruses now. He said that, I think, in this verse. But the main line I wrote down, so yeah, that's why he's on the chorus,
Of course. It makes sense.
Yeah, right, it makes sense. And then
I was just thinking, I think I said if I said
he went on it. He did this thing on it, man.
Yeah, right. And but the line I wrote down from the second verse was when he said, "Sit with myself with them doors closed. Sometimes I got a question, only Lord knows." Like that's just real, kind of grown up talk right there. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta just sit with yourself and things you might have done in your past, or or things that you might regret, or whatever, blah blah blah, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like that's stuff that only you and the Lord knows. So you guys are the only ones that can have the discussion with each other. You know what I mean? So just that realness, you know what I mean? And like you said, this one of those realest tracks. Marsha did her thing, and she had her little interlude too. Set the mood. So gave it that feeling.
That was my favorite part of the track. She came on.
Because then the chords came in, it had that church kind of vibe. I was like, ooh.
Yeah,
the production, the percussion.
Give you that type of feeling.
Yeah, I was about to catch the Holy Spirit. I was over here throwing my head up and shit.
Yeah, she's hitting them notes, man.
Them notes.
Right.
Nah, this is like a great track to follow up from Loaded Bases. I mean, it's kind of like a celebration type of thing. Like he won the game. Like this is kind of like a motivation vibe. Like like real big. I got the championship. Like he did really great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she did her thing on here. The interlude and the vocals really great. Nip did his thing, basically, yeah, he said that too. I think he said that on the verse too. He left my record label, just got more richer, switch it up. That's me singing on the chorus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
still, I spit bars, no gutter, no other. Drive cars, no stutter.
The chorus, but I can still, you know what I mean. Hey, Ja Rule laid that blueprint.
Yeah.
They all stole that from him. Let's be real. Man was still rapping gutter bars and still singing.
Gutter bars.
He even said too, I think he said, like, who would have ever thought we would build this? You know what I mean? Like you said, it's like that championship team. It's like, man, like we, who would have thought? But we made it here. It's like that victory lap. We got that championship. Exactly, Darnell. That was on point.
Yep,
that was on point.
Victory lap.
Darnell on point.
Fun fact.
Darnell on point. Speaking of point, I just wanted to go back to our game from Monday, man.
Wait.
What?
Darnell said, pure rap fact.
Pure rap fact.
I heard you say fun fact. I was like, hold on.
No, man, I'm talking about Darnell being on point, man. I'm talking about Darnell being on point. I'm going back to our game from Monday. Darnell was my point guard, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a point guard. Yeah.
Point guard for championship. Yeah, I heard y'all saying that. You got me on the line with the other rappers, though.
That's kind of funny, though.
Darnell's in my start five, man.
That was great, but real big.
Get the chance to do it, Darnell, man. You a lucky son of a bitch. You might learn something about the game of basketball. That motherfucker's a baller, man. That guy taught me everything I know.
Ballers.
It's not like Mike no more. It's like D-Weezy.
We fly high, so high.
I know it's a baller.
Hey, but what's the pure rap fact?
No, there was I just wanted to put that out there.
Wait, what was the fact?
Nah, there was no fact. Nah, I had no fact.
Oh, he tricking us, man.
Yeah, you had me excited. I was like, oh.
Damn. Yo, next time, there's gonna be a fact.
That was kind of grimy, man. Hey.
I know you got so excited on there. He's like,
I am
yeah,
excited for that,
on
man.
there.
Damn, you just let me down. Like,
Yeah.
man, on to the next track, man.
On the next track, dope track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Overall,
this is my
one of
favorite track. Go to
This
the
one,
favorite track right
this
here.
one's Darnell's favorite track right here. It was called "Double Up" featuring Belly, something I got, and Dom Kennedy.
Oh, there's the
Double
comment too. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, he said that. Double Up. That's everybody's favorite. I think that's everybody's favorite. This,
No,
this
it's not everyone's favorite.
I think it is. I mean, sonically,
just gonna
Was it
choose
one of
our
my-
favorite?
I thought it was a
No.
cool track, but I would say
I think it's
a dope
everybody's
track, but it's
favorite.
wasn't one of my favorites. It wasn't
So-
one of my favorites.
I said it's everybody's
I
track.
said it's everybody's favorite.
I said it.
I know it's on the shot.
Nah.
Darnell really made me
Yeah,
believe
but
that it's
this is your favorite track, Darnell. I'm gonna hear it, man. If this is your favorite
Yeah.
track, man, say what you gotta say, man. Let them know. Let everybody know how you
Favorite
feeling
track.
about your favorite fucking track on this fucking album, bro. Spit some facts, bro. Spit that real shit, man.
Spit that real. This that double up 3 or
Spit
4
that-
times. Slide in. So. But this is like a dope, like just a vibey, slow track. He's talking about money, of course, on here. You know what I'm saying? Trying to double up his riches, and staying true to yourself. Behind that. Definitely the video is crazy. Of course, you got Lauren London in the video as well. Don Kennedy did his thing. This is like, this is a great for Don Kennedy to be on a slow record like this.
Yeah.
We got Dom Kennedy approval on here, man. Because I remember the last time you weren't really feeling it on the other album review, but now you feeling Dom Kennedy now.
I was like,
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
I
it
was
was. This is Dom Kennedy. The
I
other
know.
one was
I
not.
know. And the last time we
Dom
mentioned Dom
Kennedy.
Kennedy on the
Yes,
album
sir.
review, man, you weren't rocking with it. But now this time you rocking with it.
I'm rocking with this
100%.
one because
Yeah, this one.
it felt like this is all LA. LA sound together, really, really well. So, he did his thing on there. He's putting his accomplishments on here. But this is a great record. What y'all think?
It's a dope track. It wasn't one of my favorites, so don't know. How about you, MCK? You said it wasn't one of yours either, but you
I
still
mean,
rocking with it?
I love this song, but it's not it's not like one of my
Darnell's-
favorites. Like
Darnell's
it's not in my
speaking
top
big
5 on this album. Yeah. It's not in my top 5 on this album, but like you
felt-
said, it's
For
one
the
of those
slow
fires.
record, yeah.
Yeah. No, of course. Like I say, it's that chill beat. The chorus was dope. Where they kind of set it together. You know what I mean? Nip's first verse, just talking about going through hard times growing up. Like you said, had to hustle, double up. I didn't think that was gonna sound like that, but that sounded good. But
rhyme with it.
yeah, I was like, I didn't think that was gonna sound
Go
like that. I was like, hold up, I impressed myself right there. Now, Dom Kennedy, Dom Kennedy did his thing on the verse. He's talking about how he said he grew up and became who he wanted to be. A lot of people can't say that. You know what I mean? Billy, Belly. I said Billy. Belly.
Billy.
Billy.
I forgot Belly was on this record, but
Yeah. Shout out Belly.
Shout out
Belly with the
Belly.
background vocals. I think that was the dope part too. He kind of had those background. I don't know. Was that him on the background vocals?
Yeah.
Or was that just a sample?
nah, that was him in the background.
That was him.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was
Yeah.
him.
Nah, that was
yeah,
him in
then
the
that-
background doing his thing.
And if that's him, then that's even more fire. And I felt like the second half of this album was kind of that more of a chiller vibe. Like the first part had it too, but that first half was kind of more energetic. More bangers, but also still real. But yeah, that second half of the album kind of made you like sit back and be like, "Hey, this is what this is real, like just real talk to these last few songs." So
Yeah, this is
Double
this is double up.
Cool
3 4
track.
times.
Yeah. Darnell's favorite track on the album.
Darnell
3 4
said
times, ain't
it's my
telling
favorite
no
track,
lie,
so
just
it's my
run it
favorite
up.
track.
Darnell's speaking for everybody.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
how
track number
much?
15. So that means
We
we're
at
on
the
to the
last
final
track.
track of the album. The last track of
Let's
the
go.
album.
No.
Y'all ready for the last track of the album? Track number 16, Right Hand of God, man. Right Hand of God was the last track on the album, man. And I thought it was a dope track to finish off the project, man. I thought it was really dope. It had a dope sound, it had a dope hook, and Yeah, man. How are you riding with it, MCK? Because I thought it was dope. I liked it better than Double Up. Sorry, Darnell.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Go
to
ahead.
each their own. I ain't mad at that. Yeah, this was a fire outro.
To each his
You know,
own.
Like the intro, the intro that vibe was like, okay, it's gonna be a dope project, and then you get to the
yeah,
end, like, okay, this is how we ending it, like,
yeah,
a
exactly.
dope way
Like
to end the project for sure.
yeah, both were crazy, and this is perfect way to end the album. Just him counting his blessings, not forgetting where he came from, not changing up. Bringing his people up with him as well. I know he talked about, I think he said JS, but I think he was talking about Jay Stone, getting out of jail, then blowing up as well. You know what I mean? So I like that he
Shout out
giving
to
that shout out
him.
too. And it's pretty much just Nipsey. I think Conan going through this whole entire album, it's him giving it up to God for success, making it, being able to kind of have all those luxuries in life, but still, just giving just giving, counting his blessings and, giving it up to God himself, you know what I mean? Or not himself, but you know what I mean? Yeah. So this is just a dope track. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
see, I told you, double up. Hey, it's
fact.
people
Hey, man,
favorite.
it all
Sometimes.
makes sense now.
Now,
I know she
It
gonna
now I
all
call
still
me.
makes
like one of
sense,
your
man.
favorites. Now.
Now I
I know
know
she gonna
why.
put the
Now
comment.
I know where you coming from, Darnell, man.
Be like,
Hey, that's my
Dar-
favorite. Before that, she told me
hey,
that was a favorite.
Darnell in the comments said it's the queen herself. Had
Hey, why you gotta
nah,
play me though?
nah, I'm just messing with you. No,
Yeah.
that's fire. No, that's fire though. But yeah, man, that's a good way to end it. What else you got? What else you guys got to say about it?
Good way to end it.
Yeah, Darnell.
Going from
But
the
Darnell,
intro,
Double Up or Right Hand of God, man? Which one you like more?
right hand to
Man,
God.
we don't got to put them together.
Yeah, why we?
Don't fall
They
into the bait.
seriously go to
Don't.
their
Man,
own
I want to put him on the
elements.
spot. Which one are you riding with better,
They
man?
go on the elements. I'm doing double up. Man, that's my favorite
Yeah,
one.
that's
I
the
think
question, man. Peer rap
I
question.
I don't know if I would choose. I'm thinking I might choose double up too, but
Peer rap
Hold
question.
on. We might choose a double up too. Oh my god.
Hey, man, I'm not man out again, man.
Let's
no, but I don't
go.
know. But I like the beat with Right Hand of God. It kind of gives that like that. I don't know, like with the with the drums and things like that too. It just I don't know. It was just a good vibe around the whole entire
The
track.
vibe on there,
Yeah.
Me and the
Right-handed
C13
God.
hip club are going to the right hand of, or rolling with right hand of God.
Yo, shine on these broads, stay on my job, grind with my squad, 100 racks on my car, no license at all, no tit on
See,
that thing,
Darnell, okay.
because you know how we ball, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Woo.
yeah, stay on your job, he's just grinding with your squad. Hey, they look, I ain't got no tit on my thing. Look, everybody can see. I don't care. Everybody want to see me. Man. We on the fishbowl wave. You get it. We're gonna rock
Not
around
everybody
with
could come up here. Nah, I'm playing. Like this
You
man
know-
Darnell just spit a verse.
for the verse. Not everybody can come.
Not everybody could
We're
come
gonna have
up
the peer
here.
rap. We're gonna have the peer rap battles soon, man. We're
Oh,
all of us spit
stop.
verses and shit, man.
This man.
God.
Nah,
You talking about
but
rap battle? I'm coming to body.
he coming to body.
Body people.
You know what I'm saying? He paying homage to people from Houston. Z was that Zero? Yeah, Zero. That's
Zero.
yeah, that's one of his homies that had on a Crenshaw mixtape. But yeah, one of my favorite lines too. He's like, yeah, this life is a free throw. Success is a kilo. Like, man, he's saying life is a free throw. Like, shoot, these players, they be practicing on their craft. It's kind of like just working on your craft. And you shouldn't be missing no free throws, but
Yeah.
you be missing free throws all the time.
Sometimes it'd be the things that look the easiest turn out to be the hardest part. You know what I mean?
Hardest things.
Yeah.
So it just kind of be, working on your craft and, being better and better each and every day. So, gotta
100%.
shine light on that for the people that's out there grinding, out there doing what they want to accomplish out here in this, wonderful world we live in, So,
Yeah.
yes, sir. But
I knew this was going to
great
be our longest album review too.
Yeah, man.
I just-
an hour and 40 minutes, man.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
I mean, I
that
know
was,
it's
16
Nipsey though. Like,
tracks.
Yeah, we could go 3 hours. I wouldn't mind like talking about Nipsey. You know what I
16
mean? So,
tracks on Victory Lap, man. We had to go over
Yeah.
every single one. We had to send our condolences to Nipsey and his family. We got to,
Yes.
and it's all good, man. We might be a little longer than we expected, but we got what we got to say out, and
Should we,
hopefully the audience will come back and listen to this and appreciate
give a
everything we had.
little moment of silence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we give a
Like,
little moment of silence.
Cool,
man.
like 10 seconds.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Nipsey. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Like you said, send his condolences to his whole family, man.
Thanks, man.
Deep song.
Yeah, condolences
Yeah, we had to
out
get
everybody.
get that at
Going
one time.
London, everybody.
Thank you, man.
Now it's time for the
Yeah,
last part.
man.
The very, very last part. Everybody wants
The
to hear.
rating. It's the rating. That's what it comes down to.
Ratings.
Hey, we were in our bag. We were in our bag for this review, though. I can't even lie. Like everyone came prepared, like with this. I mean, we do for all of them, but
Yeah,
I'm like,
man.
this one we went crazy.
Ratings.
job, you guys,
Ratings.
man.
Yeah, this is a
Pure rap
favorite,
ratings.
favorite album.
ratings.
Ratings.
I feel like we need to have a curtain opener for that. Pure rap ratings.
You know what, Caleb? You always tell us that you go first this time with your rating.
Oh,
Yeah.
Put me on the spot, man.
Put you on the spot.
Little did you know, it don't work that way. MCK, what's up?
Oh, it
Yeah,
don't work that way.
I'll give it. I really fuck with the album. I really do. But I'm not gonna give it a 10.
Ooh.
I'll give it a 9.5.
Okay.
If I replace CeeLo Green on that hook, I give it a 10.
Damn. That's what brought it to a 9.5.
Let's get it 10 out of 10.
Hey, at least you're honest, though. At least you are honest, man. A lot of people wouldn't have done that.
A lot of people can say it's a 10, and there's no. I don't. If someone thought it was a 10, salute to that. Your own preference, and I respect it. But I'm giving it a 9.5. I don't know. I think it's just like that far off from being. I would say. I mean, I could say it's a classic album, but like it's that far, like close.
Yeah, that's still
for
that's
me
still
to say it's a 10 out of 10 body of work.
Yeah. I mean, 9.5 is that's. Yeah, a lot of people do not get 9s. Like
now, if CeeLo Green maybe would have changed his vocals up a little bit on that hook, then maybe.
All right, what about you, Darnell?
It's all about to be on me. Everybody want to know. Now this is definitely a great album. Oh, they not. No.
Yeah, we
definitely. It's definitely a great album.
Grammy nominated album.
Grammy nominated. Should have been on there. This is crazy. I think, going with this, I think 9.5 for me. Like I think.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
Definitely 10 out of 10. Not only because I think
wait. So 9.5 or 10 out of 10?
9.5.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh, thank you, babe. Appreciate you. But yeah, 9.5. I mean, Sucker Proof was like my least favorite record on there. But other than that, I think overall it's still a great project.
Track he's changing on GTA when Rockstar Games takes his recommendation.
I think it's just I gotta walk out.
I'm just gonna rock out on that.
All right, then MCK, what would you give?
10 out of 10 is just like I don't think this is his best work though.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
But what do you think is what do you think is his best?
I think Crenshaw. I think Crenshaw is his best.
I fuck with Crenshaw.
Yeah, Crenshaw's fire. For me, I give this a 10 out of 10. Well, almost gave it a 9.5.
Wait, is this the first 10 that we've gotten on here?
No, Freddie Gibbs. I gave Freddie Gibbs a 10.
You give Freddie Gibbs a 10?
Yeah, a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's a modern day classic for sure. Yeah,
it's
that's
cool, but I don't know about 10 and all that. But okay.
Anyways.
Brian's just out here giving out tons like it's nothing.
Hey, I was gonna give it a 10, but I think I was like, man, what are they gonna say if I
that's
get
like
this?
Maybe Darnell and I are critiquing too hard, man. Because Brian already gave it out another 10.
Give it a 10. Yeah, I think I'm going to a little
Bro,
too.
that was
I
arguably
respect you giving this one a 10. I'm not saying that you're wrong for
bro.
it.
Most people have Freddie Gibbs. That was the album of the year. So I'm just
It
saying,
was a dope
like,
album, man.
most
I'm not
people
saying it
would have
wasn't.
said a 10 as well. I'm
But
just
I
saying.
like this album more than Freddie Gibbs.
Oh yeah. I mean, to each their own, like I said. But yeah, I
I'm
give
just
this
giving
one a
you
10
shit,
out of
man.
10. I give this one a 10 out of 10. Like I said, what almost gave it a 9.5 for me was the Keys to the City song. I was the only one, but like I said, I think that when that beat kind of switched, you know what I mean, for that transition, I was like, you know what, I listened to the song a little bit more, kind of grew on me. So I give it a 10 out of 10, you know, for Nip's debut album. Like you said, Grammy nominated, it's timeless, lots of replay value. The features were solid. The production was on point. I think that was one of the biggest parts that made this album great, was the production.
Oh, yeah,
and then, but most importantly, it was the knowledge, you know, and the gems that he dropped throughout this album, kind of giving us like the modern day blueprint, and laying the foundation, you know, to help out the younger generation and artists coming up. Not even just artists, but whatever, you know, whatever craft you're trying to hone or whatever you're trying to get into, you know what I mean? Whatever your passion is, it doesn't matter what it is. You know, I mean, it's still a blueprint for all of that. And that's personally what makes it a classic for me, and a 10 out of 10 is that's what's going to come. What it came down to for me is what he was talking about. It's the substance matter. Everything he was talking about on this album was when it made it, but pushed me to a 10 personally. So
yeah, and I respect that.
So we got 10, 9.5, 9.5. That's close to the Freddie Gibbs one is close too, because I think it was 10, 9.5, and 9. You gave it a 9,
yeah.
I think. Yeah, I gave it a 9. Darnell gave it 9.5. So that's the only other album that's close. I think the Benny the Butcher might have been I think it was damn near 9s across the board. Yeah. I think you gave it a 9.5, or there was a 9.5 there. So
maybe I did.
Yeah. 9.5, but almost gave it a 10. You know, I'm still in rotation. It's still great. Still great.
Yeah, personally for me, this is
some good projects.
I agree with Nipsey, and he said this was his favorite, you know, his best work. I personally think this is Nipsey's best work as well. This is my favorite project by Nip, and I'm mad that we don't get to see what was going to be next. But hey, I'm happy we got an album like this from him. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, that's my favorite body of work from him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we've been doing some good album reviews, man. A mixture of everything, man. We got artists from the East Coast, Midwest, West Side. So it's been a mixture. We'll have a fifth installment of the album review. We haven't discussed when that's going to be or what album we're doing, so just stay tuned to that when the news comes out. MCK got the next one. Actually, no. I told you, man. No, I told you. No. I think I said Darnell's like girlfriend gets the next one, and then like your brother, and then then you're like 10 album reviews after, like you're like the next, like you're not next, bro.
30 albums later.
I think even I said my local 99-cent store cashier had an album review choice before you, man. So I don't know if you're next, man. We gotta discuss that. We'll make sure to give you guys the answer, but yeah, man, it was a good album review. Good album. We got great, great albums in.
We got some great comments, opinions on it. Everybody was prepared. Everybody loved this album. I think sonically, everybody rocked with this. The whole world did. Some people got CDs, and I wish I need to get one of myself.
Get your CD.
Yeah,
get your CDs now.
Yeah, I need to get myself one too. But definitely rocking with this.
Facts.
All around victory lap.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Wasn't no coming soon, as it already came out.
Yeah, man, y'all go check out this album if you haven't already. I mean, this was the audience choice, so everyone watch the replay back. If you haven't heard the album, go listen to it now, or whenever. But come back to this after you listen, and get ready for Monday. Episode 8. Yeah. Episode 8.
Eat the great.
Yeah.
Make sure to tune in to episode 8 this Monday on Twitter and YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, man. Looking forward to it. We got big things ahead of us. Follow us on the social medias. We post stuff on there too that you can interact with. Send and tell your friends, and always tune into the Pure Rap Podcast whenever we go live and whenever we post, man, because it's always good content.
And we're
Especially
talking
if you're a
about the
hip-hop
next. Yeah, we're talking about the next album we're reviewing on Wednesday, that upcoming Wednesday. So get ready for that. And yeah, that's rest, man. Rest in peace to Nipsey, man. Happy we
Nipsey.
got to this album early. So
yeah, man, we got the album out of the way. Yeah, anything else you want to say before we get going?
this is our longest video, and I'm happy that it was a Nipsey Hussle review.
Yeah, it's the longest one. Yeah, gotta do it for
3
Nip.
hours, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's only right. It's only right.
It's only right for Nip.
Yeah, man, I gotta make dinner. I gotta feed my stomach, man. I gotta make dinner. So I think it's a good. I think we got a good outro in, and looking forward to seeing you guys on Monday.
Yes,
You guys
sir.
stay safe.
Yeah, this was fun, man.
Stay lit.
Have a great night. Follow Daily Football Zone on Twitter and Instagram because I've been busy doing that too. But yeah, you guys, be safe and have a great night, man. Rest in peace, the late Nipsey Hussle.
Yes, sir.
Marathon continues.